Hi, I'm Linda from BARLATES Body Blitz. Welcome to Beginner Loop Bar. For today's workout, all you will need is a resistance loop. I'm using a medium to heavy tension, but if you're a true beginner, you can use a very light loop or even do some of the exercises without. If you want to advance it, you can use an extra heavy loop, or you can even double up on some loops. I'm also using my chair here for stability, just anything to hold on to, and we're going to be going through some standing by exercises, and at the end we'll do a few seated exercises as well. So let's get started by putting the loop above our knee. We're not going to do a dedicated warm-up as such, because the first few exercises are going to act as a semi-warm-up, but if you're in a very cold climate, make sure you do warm up and come back to it. So I want you to stand with your legs directly underneath your hips, pull your tummy in and your shoulders down and back, and imagine you're sliding down an imaginary wall. I want you to come up on your tippy toes and then slide down that wall so that you've got a nice bend in those knees, but you don't want to go too low to begin with. And all we're going to do is go down and up. So it's a tiny little squat, keeping very upright through the upper body and keeping that tummy pulled in, down and up, heating up through the front of the thighs. So we're up on our tippy toes, which means that you're also engaging your calves and your ankles, so it's a total body workout. You want to make sure there's always tension on this loop across ways, okay? So your legs need to be far enough apart so that you feel your outer thighs engaging. We're doing a few more like this. As you get warmer, you can sink slightly lower. Think of a straight line from your shoulders to your hips to your heels. So that's what you want to keep doing. You don't want to lean forward or tip too far back. Let's keep going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now I want you to bring your heels together and turn your feet out. Depending on how flexible you are through the hips, you might not be able to go as far, but just find that point. Come back up on your tippy toes and glue your heels together. Then from there, again, sliding down that imaginary wall, down and up. Shallow squats to start off with. So now you should start feeling your inner thighs engaging as you are pressing on those heels, as well as your outer thighs as you are pushing out on the band. You can squeeze your glutes here as well, especially on the up. Nice squeeze on those glutes. And start to sink a little bit lower as you get warm. Down and up. All the way down. Feeling that lower body heating up very quickly. A few more like this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Now we're going to come away from the chair a little bit. We're going to point our toe, come wider, come down, point, come in, come down, narrow. So it's point, wider, point, narrow. Point out wider, point in, narrow. It's not going to be a really deep squat because here you're going to be restricted by the loop. And don't worry, even though you might think these loops are going to snap if you go out wide, they're actually quite resilient. Although in my day I have snapped a few, but not from doing these gentle exercises. Out and in. Out and in. This is heating up through your calves, through your ankles. Let's do a few more like this. Go for 3. In, 2, in, last 1, and in. Nice job. Now to heat up through the glutes, we're just going to come in front of our chair, keep our legs in that turnout position and bring one leg behind. Okay, and then from here, keep your tummy in, your back is flat, just raise, tiny little raises up and down, up and down. So your knee is at an angle of about 45 degrees. It's not directly to the front. And you've got the weight in the supporting heel. You can have a micro bend in the knee if you like, and you're just pushing up and up, up and up. Keeping the rest of your body still. You're really trying to isolate the glute and the outer thigh area there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So step the other leg behind and still keep that turn out. Slight bend in this front knee and start raising. Raising. Squeezing up. You always want to keep your legs really nice and long. Point through the toe and imagine as if you've got a piece of wood behind your knee, keeping your legs straight. By pointing and contracting, you are really engaging so many more muscle fibers than if you don't focus on the form of every part of that leg. Up. Using that loop, really feeling the difference in the intensity level of having to resist against it. Up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now we're going to do the same exercise to the other side. I would move my chair, but because Minnie's decided to park herself there, I'm going to do it without. But if you have a chair, put it on the other side. And we remember we went out and down, out and in. So it's out, wider, and in. Out, wider, point, and in. Out, and in. Out, and in. So try to keep the weight in the heel of this leg as you are transferring. So every time you bring your toe out, the weight is in the heel, okay? And in your squats, the weight is in both heels. Out and in. Feeling nice heat in those inner thighs as you come out, and also those glutes and quads. And in for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Nice job. So you should be nice and warm now. So we're going to come back to our parallel position. So remember, your legs are lined up underneath your hips and you've got tension on the loop this way as well. We're going to come up on our toes again and come down. So now I just want you to think about pulling your belly button in, really nice and relaxed, and upright through the upper body. We're going to start with an already light bend. Then we're going to do a combination. So we're going to come down lower. We're going to drop our heels and send our glutes further to the back. Then come back onto our toes and then straighten up. Okay, so it's down, drop lower, up and up. Down, drop lower, up and up. So every time that you drop lower, I want you to really hinge forward but with a flat back. So you're never rounding through the back, and you're thinking about sending your glutes backwards as if there's a chair there that you're trying to sit into. You're coming up high on your tippy toes, and as you raise up, you're not actually straightening all the way. So even as you come up here, there's a bend, and you've engaged those thighs. And up. So make sure there's tension this way. I'm going to keep reminding you of that because the tendency will be for you to step your feet closer together as it starts to burn more. Up. Sink low and up. A few more like this. And up. Let's go for 4. Sink and up. For 3. Sink and up. For 2. And up. And last one. And up. Nice job. Now we're going to go back into that turnout position with our feet apart and our heels together. Then come up and glue your heels together again, okay? So then sink down again so that you're engaged. Try to push against that band so that your legs are really nice and wide and open and your hips are rotated. Keep your belly button pulled in, your shoulders down and relaxed. And we're going to do a combination. We're going to come from this point of engagement down lower, squeeze out, 2, 3, 4, and then come back up. Then go back down, squeeze out, 2, 3, 4, come back up. So every time you come down, I want you to push out on the band, but also push in on your heels. 3, 4, and up. Nice and upright. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. It's down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. So every time you sink down, you could think about going lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Very light grip on the support, okay? I don't want you to hang on for dear life. I want this to be a balanced challenge as well. Let's do a few more. 2, 3, 4, and up. 3 more sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. This is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. Awesome job. So if you need to shake your legs out a bit, rotate through your ankles to get some life back in there. Now we're going to start working the glutes again. So we're going to face the support, hinge over so that you've got a nice back, flat back and your tummy's in. We're going to bring that leg behind again. This time we're going to start with our knee directly facing the floor, and we're going to do a combination where we start this way, then we turn and go this way, okay? So I'm hitting my sofa. So bend this leg, so it's up, turn, up. It's knee to the front, knee to the side. Up and up. Up and up. Now because you have warmed up through the glutes now, you can start sinking lower in the supporting leg, okay? That's going to give you more weight in this heel. I'm going to turn side on a little bit so that I don't kick my sofa. Because Minnie's parked herself there, I don't really want to move her, otherwise she's going to get upset with me. She's one of those cats that doesn't like to be moved. Up and up. Up and up. So your leg is super straight here. Don't bend at the knee for 4. And up. 3. Up. 2. Up. And last. 1. Nice job. Just shake that out. The supporting leg definitely felt that as well. Always just readjust the loop as you need to. Now we're going to do the similar thing, but this time we're going to bend our legs. So what I want you to do is bend up, but stay forward. If you want to come down even more, you can even put your elbows on there. And we're going to come up with our toe pointed, and then we're going to cross our ankle to our calf and go up. So it's up and up. You don't actually have to touch, but I just want you to angle it. Up and up. So if you want to, you can bend that other leg a little bit more. But if this is all too much, come here. You don't need to go all the way down. You can stay up here and you will still feel it, as long as you're still pushing to the extent where you're pushing against that loop and squeezing your glute, squeezing, okay? So you choose your level. You can hinge lightly or you can come all the way down. Up and up. Let's go for 3 and up, 2 and up, and last one and up. Nice job. So again, we want to make sure this supporting leg is getting some rest as well. And now we're going to move to the other side. So I am going to have to move her now. She's not going to be happy with that. Not at all. Okay, so once again, line yourself up and hinge, and we're going to start with our legs straight and extended, and then turn and up. So it's up and up, up and up, all the way up. You want to try and squeeze and never let up on that contraction. So I'm trying to keep my glute contracted the entire time. The more you bend, the more you're going to feel it. Try to keep the weight in this heel and don't use your hands too much on the chair. They're literally just for balance. No white knuckles. Up and up. Squeeze, squeeze. Nice long legs. Up and up. A few more like this. Keep going. Up and up. Let's go for 4. And up. 3. And up. 2. And last 1. Nice job. Shake it out for a second. Now, same thing we did before. We're going to bend and send our legs straight back and then angle it behind and up, okay? So if you want to, come down all the way. Back is flat, never round your back. Send your leg back and we're coming up. Then we're angling it up. It's straight, it's angled. Straight, angled. Really squeezing. I'm trying to never allow my knee to come past the other knee. Okay, so I'm trying to keep tension on the loop at all times. I'm not doing this, okay? This large range of motion stuff is not good. You're losing too much. You need to stay up high and squeeze those glutes. Tummy's in, back is flat. If you don't want to lean, this is your option. Up and up. Up and up. Micro movements. Still effective as long as you're squeezing, squeezing. And up. Up and up. Keep going. A few more like this. Let's go for 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Nice job. Come up and just bend into that. Bend into that. And now we're going to do some wider pliés again. I'm going to move the loop underneath my knees now. So depending on how tough your loop is, you might find this exercise doesn't work for you, in which case you can take the loop off completely. But I'm going to keep my legs quite wide here and turn my feet out. Depending on your hip flexibility, depends on how far you can turn your feet. If you can only go here, that's fine. I'm going to turn all the way out and keep my hand on my waist, lightly tap your support, and it's down and up, down and up. Now, as I come up, I'm not locking out my knees. And what I'm doing is, I'm really pushing my heels into the ground and imagining that I'm trying to bring my heels together on the up. What that does is activate the inner thigh, okay? So we always want to work a bit of inner thigh. Come down and up, down and pull in. So you're pushing out, pulling in, pulling in. Warming up through those inner thighs. Keeping everything really nice and still in the upper body. Breathing, nice and relaxed, just letting that burn build up in the lower body there. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do a bit of a combination. We're going to raise one heel, come down, then put that heel down, raise the other heel and put that heel down. So see how I'm staying lower now? And I'm actually almost like pulsing. Staying in the work. It's up, down, up, down. Really pushing my knees open, feeling those inner thighs burning. Up, down, up, down. Try to come up on your tippy toes each time. That will activate your calves as well. Up, down. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, and 1. Nice job. Now we're going to do the opposite. So what we're going to do is bring our legs slightly closer in. Deep breath in. Another deep breath in. Now come up on your tippy toes and stay up like this. And we're going to bring our heel down, then come back up. Down, then come back up. Okay, so this one's a bit tougher. Down and up. Down and up. We're not going to do too many. After this exercise, we're going to sit down on the chair for a bit. And up, down, and up. A few more. Try to stay wide. Tummy's in. Go for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Fantastic job. Okay, we're going to sit down on the chair. And what we're going to do is move the loop above the knees, and we're going to sit right on the edge of our chair. Now, if you want to involve your abs in this, you can take a deep breath in, breathe out, and then roll back. So if you want to stay in this position and just lightly place your hands on the side of the chair, that's going to engage your entire ab region. If you don't want to do that, you can put your hands behind you slightly with your fingertips facing forward, and you can lean your weight onto there. You might even want to lean your elbows against the backrest of the chair, okay? We're going to extend the front leg, and we're going to just start bringing it up and down. So what I need you to focus on here is that there's enough width between the two legs so that there's tension there. Come down flat on this foot. You choose your hand position, and it's up and down with a straight leg. You want to point that leg, and we're just going to come up to the point where you're engaging the front of the thigh. Up and down. The further you lean back, the more range of motion you will have. So if you want to go for it, lean all the way back like this, up and down, or if you want to make it burn even more, stay really upright. Up and down, up and down. So if you want to use your abs, just hold everything in, round slightly forward with your chest. You can even put your hands in front if you want to be super advanced, otherwise just on the edge of the chair. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a light break here. Now we're going to move the loop around our ankles, and we're going to once again make sure there's enough width there. And this time I want you to turn your knee out again, so we're going to hit a bit more inner thigh. Find your arm positioning and raise up. Now these are going to be much, much smaller because the band is at the bottom and it's tougher down there. So it's a tiny up, tiny up. I just want your legs straight, and you're focusing on that inner thigh. Keep the leg turned out, tiny up. Keep breathing. I know these are tough, especially after those pliés, so we're not doing many. Up. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Now, since we have the band down there, we're going to start on the other leg with those same extensions. So extend, turn out. The other leg is just anchoring, nice wide space, and up. 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 So you're tapping your toe and then coming straight back up. There's no resting at the bottom. Squeeze. Up. Really feeling that inner thigh. Keep going, a few more like this. Up and up. All the way. I'm burning with you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So bring that loop back above the knees. Separate your legs again. Choose your arm position. And we're going to extend the leg with the kneecap to the ceiling. And we're going to come up. So this is going to feel a lot easier now. So I want you to focus on really pointing, really engaging the front of thigh and coming up past this other knee so that you're really feeling that in the quads. Up, up, squeeze that, breathe. Only a few more, then we're done with this. Up and up, don't slack off now. Tummy's in, chest is rounded forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic job. You have done it. You can take your loop off and we're just going to stretch that. So a way to stretch your quad is to come to the very edge of your chair, bring your heel up to your glute and then just allow that to drop to the side. The other side is just for balance. Make sure you don't fall off the chair though. And then I want you to do a figure 4 stretch by placing your foot on top of the opposite knee and just push down and lean forward. But with a flat back, you don't need to round down. Just lean slightly forward and you'll feel that immediately on this glute. You can push lightly on that knee. We worked a lot of hips and glutes and outer thighs with that band. And then for your hamstring, you can just place your foot on the ground in a flex position and then lean forward. So you can touch the ground if you want to or keep your hands on your opposite knee. And we're just going to do the other leg. Same thing. And come up into that figure 4. Push down lightly if you want to. And then just come to the edge again and just bring that other heel up to the glute. And then for inner thighs, if you want to, you can just put your foot up on that chair and stretch out. Or alternatively, I'm going to show you on the other side, just leave it on the ground and stretch over. You don't have to come all the way down, just stay wherever you feel that stretch is happening. And then we're just going to come up and we're going to release the back and come down all the way up, blow out all the air and down. And one more and down. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for my beginner loop bar workout. I hope you felt the burn. Don't get discouraged if it was a bit too challenging for you. You can always drop the loop for some of the exercises and keep growing with it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you at the next workout.